The sound of wedding bells echoes across the Heartland ranch. The fields are glowing in the golden morning sun, and every corner of the place feels alive with excitement. But this is no ordinary day, it is Georgie's wedding day. Fans have waited years for this moment, and now, in season 19, episode 1, the story takes us right to the heart of her most important chapter. Georgie Fleming Morris has always been one of the most inspiring characters in Heartland. We first saw her as a troubled young girl, searching for a place where she belonged. Through the years, she grew up before our eyes, finding her strength in horses, her voice in competition, and her heart in family. She became more than just a part of the Bartlett Fleming clan. She became a symbol of courage and resilience for every viewer who watched her stumble, rise, and chase her dreams. By the end of season 18, we could feel the winds of change circling around her. Her career in show jumping had reached new heights, and her future was finally coming into focus. But with her dreams came challenges, long nights, sacrifices, and doubts about whether she could balance love, family, and the demands of her sport. Fans watched as she faced those moments head on, never giving up, even when the road ahead seemed unclear. Season 18 left us with a powerful cliffhanger. There were hints of romance, whispers of a proposal, and an unspoken question that hung in the air. Was Georgie truly ready to take the next step in her life? For years, her story was about growth and independence, but now we see a new side of her journey, a side that blends love with responsibility and passion with commitment. As the new season opens, the anticipation could not be higher. The ranch, which has been the backdrop of so many memories, is now transforming into the setting of something even bigger. The old fences are decorated with ribbons, the barn glows with soft lights, and the familiar hills that once echoed with hooves now prepare to echo with celebration. It is a wedding unlike any other, and it belongs to Georgie. But this isn't just a love story, it's a family story. Heartland has always been about the ties that bind Amy's connection to her horses, Jack's wisdom that keeps the family steady, Lou's never-ending fight to hold everyone together. And now, all of those threads weave into Georgie's moment. The family that once gave her a home now stands proudly beside her, ready to watch her step into a new chapter. The emotion is undeniable. For fans, it feels like watching a daughter, sister, or friend take that walk toward her future. The years of watching her ride across fields, struggle with fears, and celebrate victories have built to this very moment. And as the wedding day begins, every detail, the dress, the vows, the nervous smiles becomes part of a story that has taken nearly 2 decades to tell. The sneak peek of season 19 episode 1 is more than just a look ahead. It is a reward for every loyal viewer who has stayed by Heartland's side. And in true Heartland fashion, it's not just about the big events, it's about the emotions, the relationships, and the quiet moments that make the day unforgettable. The morning of the wedding begins quietly, almost too quietly for such a big day. The sky stretches wide above the Heartland ranch, painted in soft shades of pink and gold. There's a chill in the air, the kind that carries both nerves and excitement, and the gentle rustle of the wind seems to whisper, "Today is the day." Inside the house, the hum of preparation fills every corner. Lou is in her usual mode, organized, determined, making sure every flower is in place and every chair is lined up just right. She knows this day isn't just about Georgie. It's about honoring the journey their family has taken together. Amy, with her calm presence, offers quiet reassurances. She doesn't need many words, her smile alone tells Georgie everything will be fine. Meanwhile, Jack steps outside to take it all in. He leans against the porch railing, his hat pulled low, watching the ranch come alive. For him, weddings are more than ceremonies, they are proof that family continues, that love finds a way, even after the hardest years. In his eyes, Georgie is still that little girl who arrived at Heartland so unsure of herself, and yet here she is, about to begin a new life. The decorations are simple but breathtaking. Wildflowers picked from the fields fill mason jars that line the wooden tables. A handmade arch, wrapped with white fabric and fresh greenery, stands tall against the backdrop of rolling hills. Horses graze quietly nearby, almost as if they, too, know something important is about to happen. Every corner of the ranch feels like it's been touched by love, by history, by the countless memories this place has seen. And then, there's Georgie herself. She sits by the window in her room, holding her bouquet, her reflection glowing softly in the glass. The nervous excitement is clear in her eyes. This isn't just about wearing a dress or saying vows. This is about stepping into a new chapter. She's worked so hard to reach. Her mind drifts to all the moments that led her here. Her first ride, her toughest fall, her victories, and the family that never stopped believing in her. Downstairs, guests begin to arrive. Familiar faces, friends of the ranch, and loved ones gather with smiles and laughter that fill the air. The ranch has always been a place where people come together. But today, the energy is different. It's brighter, heavier, full of the kind of emotion that lingers long after the music fades. Every detail feels carefully chosen, yet nothing feels forced. That's the beauty of Heartland. The moments are real, the emotions are raw, and the love is unmistakable. And as the camera lingers on these small details, the lace of Georgie's dress, the sunlight glinting off the wedding rings, the horses lifting their heads as if in approval, we know that something unforgettable is about to begin. Because this isn't just Georgie's wedding day. It's the day the Heartland family, both on screen and off, celebrates how far they've come. But no wedding day in Heartland is ever just perfect. Beneath the beauty of the ranch and the warmth of family, there is a tension quietly building, an invisible thread pulling at the edges of the celebration. The laughter feels a little too loud. The smiles linger a little too long, as if everyone is trying to hide the possibility that something might go wrong. The sky, once golden, now begins to shift. A thin line of clouds gathers on the horizon, heavy and gray, creeping toward the ranch like an unwelcome guest. The breeze grows sharper, carrying with it a warning that the day may not unfold as smoothly as everyone hopes. Heartland has taught us that joy and struggle often walk hand in hand, and today seems no different. Inside the house, Georgie adjusts her veil, her hands trembling just enough to betray her nerves. Amy notices but doesn't press her. She simply offers a steady look, the kind that says, "You've got this." Yet Georgie's thoughts are restless. Is she ready? Is she truly prepared to leave behind the girl she once was and step fully into this new life? The bouquet in her hands feels heavier than it should, almost like it carries every choice she's ever made. Then there's a whisper, literal and emotional. A note arrives, slipped into the hands of one of the bridesmaids. A folded piece of paper, no name written, no signature inside. Just a short message, cryptic but sharp enough to slice through the calm. Some truths can't stay hidden. The camera lingers on the note, the edges trembling slightly as the paper catches the breeze. Georgie's face tightens, though she tries to remain composed. The audience can sense that something is brewing. Meanwhile, outside, Jack senses the change in the air. He's lived long enough to know when a storm, whether of weather or emotions, is about to break. His eyes narrow as he looks toward the approaching clouds, his grip tightening around the railing. It's not fear he feels, but a deep awareness. Big moments rarely come without trials. As the music begins to play and the guests prepare for the ceremony, the ranch seems to hold its breath. Every detail that once looked joyful now carries an undertone of unease. The flowers sway harder in the wind. The horses shift in their pastures, restless and alert. Even the arch, strong and steady, creaks slightly against the push of the breeze. And yet, the show doesn't stop. That's the Heartland spirit, the ability to move forward, even when shadows gather. Georgie steps into place, her veil falling perfectly around her, her eyes locked ahead. But the audience knows better. Something is waiting just around the corner. Something that could change the entire tone of this perfect day. The sneak peek leaves us here balanced on the edge of beauty and chaos, love and doubt. Because in Heartland, moments of joy are always tested. And the real question is, never just will they make it through the ceremony, but rather, what will they discover about themselves when the storm arrives? The music swells, and in that instant, all of Heartland seems to pause. The ranch, The family, the guests, even the horses grazing in the distance, everything slows as Georgie takes her first step down the aisle. It is the moment fans have dreamed of for years, a moment layered with memories, triumphs, and heartbreaks. Her dress flows softly with each step, the lace catching the light like it was stitched from the very sky above. The bouquet, once trembling in her hands, is now steady, a symbol of the strength she has grown into. And though her heart beats faster with every footfall, there is a calm in her eyes, a realization that she is not the same girl who once questioned her place in the world. She is ready. The camera doesn't rush. Instead, it lingers on every detail, the rings glinting in the afternoon sun, Jack's proud but misty gaze, Amy's quiet smile holding back tears, Lou's expression of relief as everything finally comes together. Even the guests are captured in fleeting, faceless shots, their joy radiating like an unspoken blessing. But it's not just the people who make this scene extraordinary. It's the land itself. Heartland has always been more than a backdrop, it is a character in its own right. The golden fields stretch wide, the mountains stand tall in silent witness, and the wind carries the sound of laughter, vows, and the promise of forever. This wedding is not happening in a hall or a chapel. It is happening in the very soul of the ranch, a place that has cradled generations, healed wounds, and taught lessons no classroom ever could. And yet, there is still that lingering edge from earlier, the clouds, the note, the feeling that joy can never come without shadows. The audience is left to wonder, will the day end in perfect harmony, or will the storm break before the final I do? The tension doesn't take away from the beauty, it amplifies it, reminding us that every precious moment is fragile, and that makes it even more powerful. As Georgie reaches the arch, the camera shifts to slow motion, the veil flowing in the wind, the family rising to their feet, the sunlight spilling across the ranch. The music reaches its peak, and just before the vows are spoken, the scene cuts, leaving us breathless, holding our hearts in anticipation. This is Heartland at its finest, where joy and struggle dance side by side, where family bonds anchor every choice, and where love, in all its messy, complicated, beautiful forms, takes center stage. Season 19, Episode 1 doesn't just give us a wedding, it gives us a revelation. Georgie's journey has led to this moment, and fans will finally witness the day she steps fully into her future. But whether that future begins with calm skies or storm clouds, we'll have to wait and see. The sun begins to set over the Heartland Ranch, painting the sky with deep streaks of orange and purple. The wedding arch stands silhouetted against the horizon, ribbons swaying softly in the evening breeze. The day may be drawing to a close, but the story, Georgie's story, is just beginning. What makes this moment powerful isn't only the vows or the decorations, but the journey that brought us here. Every challenge Georgie faced, every fall she endured, and every lesson she learned has shaped this single day. And now, as she stands on the edge of forever, it feels as though every viewer has walked that road alongside her. Heartland has never been about grand speeches or perfect endings. It has always been about quiet strength, the kind found in the love of a family, the trust of a horse, or the wisdom passed down from one generation to the next. And Georgie's wedding embodies all of it. It's more than just a ceremony, it's a reflection of how far she has come and how far she will still go. But here's the truth. Weddings are not just endings, they are beginnings. And season 19 reminds us of that in the most beautiful way. Because after the vows are spoken, after the music fades, there are still stories left untold. New challenges will rise, new bonds will be tested, and new joys will surprise us all. The wedding is not the finish line. It is the opening chapter to something even greater. So, as the screen fades to black on this sneak peek, the question shifts from will the wedding happen to what comes next for Georgie and for Heartland itself. That is the magic of this series. It doesn't just show us moments. It makes us live them, dream about them, and carry them long after the credits roll. And now, it's your turn. What do you think awaits Georgie after the wedding? Do you believe the storm hinted at in the sneak peek will break apart her perfect day, or will the family's bond keep everything intact? Share your thoughts, your predictions, and your hopes in the comments below, because just like the Heartland family, this story isn't complete without all of us. Don't miss season 19, episode 1. It's not just a wedding, it's a promise of new beginnings, a celebration of love, and a reminder that even in the heart of change, family is the anchor that keeps us steady. The ranch may fall quiet tonight, but tomorrow it will come alive again, ready for the next ride, the next challenge, the next chapter. And so will we. The ranch at night is different from the ranch in the day. The noise of preparation has faded, the laughter of guests drifts softly into memory, and the sky opens wide, stars scattered across it like reminders of all the moments that have come before. It is here, in this quiet, that Heartland reminds us why it has always been more than just a show. For almost 2 decades, we've watched lives unfold against these open fields. We've seen grief and healing, triumph and loss, beginnings and farewells. The wedding of Georgie is not simply a storyline, it is a milestone, a symbol of how far we have traveled with her. From the frightened little girl who once arrived at this ranch to the woman who now stands ready to create a life of her own, her journey is a reflection of what Heartland itself has always stood for: growth, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds of family. But perhaps the most powerful part of this story is that it doesn't belong to Georgie alone. It belongs to every character who has shaped her path: Jack with his steady guidance, Amy with her quiet faith, Lou with her relentless devotion, and the horses who gave her courage when words weren't enough. It also belongs to us, the viewers, who have carried her struggles and victories in our hearts as though they were our own. Season 19 isn't just a continuation. It's a bridge that connects the past we've cherished with the future we're eager to see. Georgie's wedding is a moment of celebration, but it's also a turning point. What challenges will this new chapter bring? What joys will surprise us? What truths hinted at in whispers and storm clouds will finally be revealed? The magic of Heartland is that it never gives easy answers. Instead, it invites us to ride along, to experience the twists and turns as though we were part of the family. And in this wedding, in this union of past and future, we are reminded of something universal. Life is not about avoiding storms, but about finding the strength to stand together when they come. So as the lights dim and the screen fades, the final image is not just of a bride and groom. It is of a family gathered, of a ranch alive with history, and of a promise that no matter how much changes, the heart of Heartland will always remain. The story continues, the love endures, and the legacy grows stronger with every season.